You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Welcome to the Gospel Exposition show brought to you by Marijan Adomo on Gambian Talents TV. The Gospel Exposition show aims to address current issues affecting our daily lives, relationships, marriages, addictions, lifestyles, and a lot more from a Christian perspective. Promote the gospel through dialogue and interactions. The Bible tells us in John chapter 13 verse 35, by doing this everyone will know that you are my disciples as you love one another. That's exactly what we'll be doing on this show, to make Christ known through our interactions. Every Sunday from 1600 hours to 1700 hours. Remember, this is the first of its kind. Be part of this phenomenal adventure. Be part of the kingdom building. Gospel Exposition with Marijan Adomo, only on Gambian Talents TV. Can we know your educational background? How did you climb to the ladder of being a principal? Welcome to the Gospel Exposition show brought to you by Marijan Adomo on Gambian Talents TV. The Gospel Exposition show aims to address current issues affecting our daily lives. Out there, welcome to another exciting episode of your Gospel Exposition show on Gambian Talents TV. And as you can see, today I'm the one in charge. My brother Peter is not around. Last week Sunday I was somehow sick, but thanks be to God that I am around. And thanks also to your prayers and also to the prayers of my able brother, Peter Correa. And as we always do it right here, we are in Thereses UBS, and then the reason why we are here is we want to have a conversation with the principal. As we told you, Gospel Exposition, it's here to deal with all Christian aspect, walk of life. Anything that has to do with Christians, we're going to bring it on this platform. And today with me, I am with Mr. Gómez, the principal of Thereses Upper Basic School. Mr. Gómez, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Gómez, the beautiful viewers out there would like to know who Mr. Gómez is.
Yeah, I am John Gómez, principal of Thereses Upper Basic School.
Can we know your educational background? How did you climb to the ladder of being a principal?
I work in many schools in the Gambia here in a different portfolio. I started as a teacher, senior master, vice principal, and principal. Yes.
So is Thereses your first school of you being a principal?
No, I've been a principal in so many schools. I've been a principal. First, I was in Kunkuja Mariama.
Okay.
And then it was just a primary school before it became a basic cycle school. And then from there, I went back to the college to do my HTC. After my HTC program,
okay,
I was posted to St. George's Upper Basic School as principal, then to Jongon, and then from Jongon back to Thereses Upper Basic. And then from Thereses, I came to Thereses as vice principal, and then later principal.
Okay, talking of Thereses, will you kindly tell us a little bit about the origin of Thereses Upper Basic School?
Actually, in terms of, I don't know what exactly you want to know, but then what specifically do you want to know?
Like, when was Thereses established as a school?
Yes, Thereses was established in 1957. Yes, and then it grew up with excellence. It's a school of excellence, and You know, St. Thereses is the eye of the mission, is the eye of the bishop, and also the government. You may, let me just inform you that before you become a principal of the St. Thereses Upper Basic School, you know, you have to know the culture of St. Thereses. You have to work in St. Thereses here and know the culture of the school. If you know the culture of the school, you will be able to work in the school. Like I served in St. Thereses Upper Basic here for 7 years before I became a principal. I was here before, then I left, and then I came back, served as a vice principal before I took over as principal. So you have to know the school. It's very important that you know the school and know the culture of the school, know the culture of the school. Yes.
Okay. Is it that like the culture of the school is different from that of the other mission schools?
No. What happened? You see, St. Thereses is a school of excellence, and any principal who is posted in the school here, you must know the background of the school in terms of performance, in terms of discipline, in terms of other morals, and so on and so forth. Most parents, I wouldn't know, but most parents will tell you that when you finish from St. Thereses Upper Basic School here, you are a well-refined person. Yes, a well-refined person. Yes, and so to be here, you have to know all those things so that the principals who were here before, what they have been doing, you follow the same. Okay. Yes, you do the same.
So you're just going to continue from wherever they stop.
Exactly.
So how can you compare St. Thereses now and St. Thereses before in terms of academic performance?
St. Thereses has been always doing very well. It has always been doing very well. Performance. When you talk about performance now, it depends on the students.
Okay.
Like in St. Thereses we have very good teachers. But our performance will differ based on the type of students that we have year in, year out.
Okay.
Yes. So if the students are good, very, very good, then you have very good results. If the students are not as good as that, then the performance will go down. But then the teachers in the school here and the admin try to make sure that the performance is maintained or better, made better. Yes, they try to maintain it, or they try to make it better than the previous batch. No matter what batch, whether they are not as good as other students, but we will see our students as equal in terms of performance. But then we know that they are different, but we try to make sure we tell them to work as the students who were there before, or to do better than the students who were in the school before. Yes.
So how many teachers and students do you have in the school as of now?
The students we have 2,569. And the teachers we have up to about, with this COVID-19, we have about 104. But then actually on the normal circumstances, we are just up to 80 teachers.
Okay.
80 teachers. Because of the COVID-19, it has moved up to 104. Yes, but then actually the maximum that you can get number of teachers here in the school here, on a normal circumstances, is 80. 80 years.
As a mission school and a Catholic school for that matter, what are the rules and regulations that are governing the school, most especially when it comes to religious aspects?
Excuse me.
I said as a mission school in the Gambia and also a Christian school for that matter, what are the rules and regulations that are governing the school, especially when it comes to religious aspects?
In St. Thereses, we don't have religion for that matter. We don't have religion.
Okay.
See, we see our students, with uniforms. It's only the uniform that we look at in St. Thereses here. Yes. There's not like this one is a Muslim and this one is a Christian. No. But then when it comes to religion, when it comes to religious matters, like on Thursdays, the grade 9s have their gatherings.
Okay.
They go to either church or they gather outside there and then learn Christians. And then the Muslim also gathers at a certain area where also they practice their own culture. And then after the period, they will go back to class. Okay. And it's only at that time that you see students, put at different religions. Okay. But other than that, it's the same for all of us.
It's purely academic.
Yes, academic. In terms of academic, it's the same.
Okay.
It's just uniform that we look at. We see you are uniform, and that's all.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's all. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we treat them equally.
Equally. Indeed. So you have mentioned earlier that Thereses has been and is still one of the best schools in the Gambia. So can you kindly share with our beautiful viewers out there the secrets of Thereses being best schools in the Gambia, so maybe other schools can also learn?
Yeah, what happened is, see, Thereses have a culture, and what happened is, with the number of students that we have in the school, we try to work out our performance according to ratio. Now, looking at the school, we always tell the students that they have to work hard because of the number. If other schools are having 3 aggregate 6, or if they are in terms of the measuring performance.
Okay.
Looking at the number, those schools actually are very, sometimes not. In some schools you have only 3 classes of grade 9, maybe, or it's a small school. You have 2 streams and so on. Here we have 14. 14 grade 7 classes, 14 grade 8 classes, and 14 grade 9 classes, and each class is 60. So what happens if the students, if the schools in smaller schools are able to get 3 aggregate 6, obviously we should be able to get, maybe 10 times that, or triple that amount, or whatever, and so on.
Okay.
We should not be, we always tell our students we should not compare ourselves with other schools because of the number here. And 2, Thereses is blessed with very good teachers.
Okay.
We have very good teachers here, and we are able to maintain them for years. Yes, and that is why actually results are produced. We have very, 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 very strong teachers. We have very, very good teachers, and we try to encourage them actually to stay. We work with them, we motivate them, we encourage them to stay, and so on and so on. Performance must begin somewhere. In terms of performance, actually, as I said, the school have been making good performance the past years. And every year, as I said, we try to compare the performance of the present year with the past years.
Okay.
And the students always like to work towards, breaking the record of the past students.
Okay.
And that's why performance in Thereses is always very good.
It's always very good. As a principal, what are the challenges that you encounter, and what are the possible solutions towards those challenges?
Actually, the challenges that we encounter varies. It varies from batch to batch.
Batch.
Some years we don't have much problem with regards to, students' discipline, and they are also, students adhering to the advice of their teachers and their leads. But then here, I can say that compared to other places, Thereses, our students are very much disciplined.
Okay.
They are disciplined, yes. Except for a few of them actually where they will not get into the school and they will stay outside there.
Okay.
But once they get into the school area, they do what we tell them to do, and they take it and they do it.
So what when it comes to the teachers?
No, the teachers, as I said, our teachers are very much highly qualified, and they know the profession very well.
Okay.
Yes, like in terms of supervision, they know what they're doing. They know what to do. In fact, most of the teachers here are examiners.
Okay.
Yes, they mark the examination, and so on and so on. They are examiners. They know what they should do. They know what the children needs to have, and so on and so forth. Yes, so because they know what they should do, they know what the children should know. Obviously, they work towards that.
Okay.
Yes, they work towards that. Children getting what what is required for them actually to do well in the exams. Yeah.
So, in a nutshell, one can conclude that you are not facing much challenge when it comes to your role as a principal in your school.
No, there is not much challenge. Exactly.
Thanks be to God, and a great thumbs up to Thereses UBS, both the teachers and then the staff. Just to remind you beautiful viewers that this is your Gospel Exposition show on Gambian Talents TV, if you're just tuning in. And don't go back, stay tuned, we'll be right back after this break. Welcome to the Gospel Exposition show, brought to you by Marijan Adomo on Gambian Talents TV. The Gospel Exposition show aims to address current issues affecting our daily lives, relationships, marriages, addictions, lifestyles, and a lot more from a Christian perspective. Promote the gospel through dialogue and interactions. The Bible tells us in John chapter 13, verse 35. By doing this, everyone will know that you are my disciples as you love one another. That's exactly what we'll be doing on this show, to make Christ known through our interactions. Every Sunday from 1600 hours to 1700 hours. Remember, this is the first of its kind. Be part of this phenomenal adventure. Be part of the kingdom building. Gospel Exposition with Marijan Adomu, only on Gambian Talents TV. Welcome back from that break. If you're just joining us, we just remind you that today we are here at Thereses UBS and with the principal, Mr. Gómez. Mr. Gómez, it is also said that you once schooled in this noble school. Which year was that?
I was here in 1978 to 1982.
Okay, so meaning you were part of the school and you were still part of Thereses.
Exactly.
Okay, what is the attitude of students towards their academics?
They're doing well. They are trying. The students here are trying. It will be difficult for me to compare Thereses with other schools because I don't know what is happening. Because all along, I have been teaching in the mission school and I know of mission schools. But like mission schools, they are all the same. But then with Thereses, it's okay. There's no problem in terms of their attitude. The children here, when you're talking about attitude towards work, it depends on the teachers and the admin. It depends on the teachers and the admin. If the admin actually have a goal and the teachers, they have a goal and they have a goal of achieving something at the end of the day. Obviously, and they say it must exist, it must happen. Obviously, the children will follow suit.
So, what are the roles of parents?
The parents normally at the end of every time or at the beginning of the year, we normally call a PTA meeting. And the PTA meeting normally we always want to call the PTA meeting when we have settled down and we needed certain things and the materials from the students, like the students if they lack certain materials, we call for the PTA meeting. And also, we also tell them actually what is available at the school in terms of studies and so on and so forth. We are partners, in education with the students, like with the teachers,
with the parents.
With the parents, exactly. So whatever we are doing in the school here, they should be informed. And whatever we want actually them to do for us actually at home, we also inform them. In terms like studying, getting children to study at home, and so on and so forth. Yes, we also report to them actually about the performance of the students. Yes.
It is believed that the reason why most of the students go down when it comes to performance is as a result of the negligence of the parents, especially in the schools like mission school and government schools, since they are not paying the school fees. What's your take on that?
No, actually, what you see, the whole thing is about awareness. It's awareness. You see, once you get the students to know that this is actually what they have done and that they should be, if they do this, they should be able to improve. They will improve. Like in Thereses is different from other schools. Let me just tell you what we do in Thereses, which is not happening in other schools. At the end of every exam, the performances are analyzed. We analyze the performance of the students and then we report back to them.
Okay.
In some other schools, after the exam, performance are not reported. But in Thereses, we report performance. We tell them actually there are different categories of the grades, and so on and so forth. And we also tell them what they should do to improve. Yes. And in so doing that, it's not only to the students alone, but then we also meet the teachers, and we look at different subjects, what they have performed, their performance in the different subjects.
Okay.
So there are also the teachers who are handling those areas also. They also have to be told to work so that their performance is increased. The parents are also called, as we are saying, and we also tell them the children are not doing. If they are doing well, we tell them the children are doing well. If they are not doing well, we tell them it's dangerous. We have all of us have to join hands and then work hard to make sure the performances are better.
Okay.
Yes, we do that.
What is the impact of alternative learning to the performance of students?
Yeah, the alternative learning is all of the COVID-19. You're talking about grade 7 coming at different
yes.
days with the grade 8 and so on
Yeah.
and so on. Yes. You see, this year, the COVID-19 actually have a great impact on the performance of the students. You know, they have been sitting for some time, for about 8 months, between 6, 7, 8 months, about 7 months, to 7 months on average. And that has created a problem for them. In the sense that, you know, I will explain to you. Those students who are in grade 9 at the moment, they did not complete their syllabus in grade 8. And they have moved to grade 9.
To grade 9.
So it is a big challenge to all the teachers who are handling grade 9. Before the students do the exams, they must complete the syllabus in grade 8 and also complete syllabus in grade 9. Because if they don't do that, they wouldn't know where the questions are coming from. So if the questions should come from where they have not done, then it's going to be a disaster for the students.
Yeah.
And that's why I know the teachers here, they're working so hard. The teachers are working hard, they're really working hard. The teachers are working hard. They give assignments on the areas that they have not covered in grade 8 and then continue with the grade 9. So they keep on giving assignments so that the children can make decide. But that doesn't stop there. They give them assignment and then they come back and then they look at them and mark them. So, but then they are moving with, most of the teachers now are almost ready with the grade 9 syllabus. And they are now coming to the grade 8. So they want to finish up the grade 8 because during the course of the second term exam, according to the meeting that we had, according to what the results have shown, most of the questions were set in grade 8 and grade 7. And the students didn't do well. So, of course, now when the students were interviewed, they said most of the topics, the questions that were set from the topics that they have not done.
Okay.
So that has created a problem. And so the teachers promise that they will work hard to make sure they cover everything before the students do the exams.
So do you think they can be able to accomplish that, knowing that the alternative classes is still existing and the COVID-19 restriction is still ongoing in the schools?
No, it's possible. Now that we are now coming to get the students to stay for studies.
Okay.
Yes, we're coming to start studies very soon. By Monday next, we are starting studies. And the teachers already, the members of the heads of department and so on, looking at what they are supposed to cover, they say they will be able to. Yes,
so what's your take on the COVID-19 restrictions on schools?
In terms of what exactly?
In terms of learning and teaching?
Yes, it's a problem. It's a problem on performance. It's really a problem. A problem in the sense that, you know, as of number one is the syllabus actually was not covered. Syllabus. In some, I know in Thereses they are like, you know, as I said, the teachers are different from
other schools.
For them actually, like after the exams we come meet and then we discuss the way forward. And of course, they will tell us, this is exactly what they need from the admin to help them actually to be able to accomplish it. But then I want to assure you, I want to give an example. In 2017, there was this political impasse.
Yeah.
And that was the year that our students got 8 students, that we have been very good results also.
Okay.
That was 8 students getting aggregate 8, aggregate 6. 8 students getting aggregate 6. Last year, with the COVID-19, when the students were asked to move away, to go home, to stay at home and so on, when they came back and they did the exam, we also came out with the best results. And this time around also, even though students have stayed so long, we are making plans as to how we are going to tackle this levels.
So you come with the best result again?
Exactly, yes. We hopefully, yes. We are very much optimistic that we will get the best results. Yes.
That's very good. Mr. Gómez, as a principal, I believe that you will be aware of the issue that happened at Janjanbureh, the Methodist school. There was this issue that was ongoing, that the students in that school were asked, they are sent by the principal out of the school campus for them to pray outside. That is, the school does not allow them to pray inside the school. What's your take on that?
To pray?
Yes, to pray, that is especially during this whole holy month of Ramadan.
No, actually, what happened, I wouldn't have much to say there because it's not happening in our school there.
Okay, if you were the principal in that school, what would you have done?
every school has its own school policy. Yes, it has its own school policy. So I wouldn't actually know the reason why the principal decided to not allow them to play on stage.
Okay, coming back to the issue of the COVID-19, do you think that it's high time that the school should normalize?
Yes, normalization is better. It's better for us to normalize. Yes, there was a time when I was also interviewed by one media house here. No, actually it was a radio station that was West Coast Radio, and I told them actually yes that normalizing is better. It's better for us to normalize this, and then we just go ahead with strict measures in the school to make sure that the children actually adhere to hand washing, and then the teachers also make sure that at every interval they should always remember to wash their hands and to apply face mask and to put on face mask. Yeah, because what happened is even with this physical distancing that we are doing in the class and outside, once the teacher is not around, the children converge.
Okay.
They sit and so on. And the parents, most of them are not putting on face masks and go to the market and so on and so forth and so forth. It's only schools that are observing all these things. But then I think the students are safe in the school. They are very much safe in the school. Very much safe. If we normalize it, the only thing that we need to do is to make sure that we encourage more, we reinforce more of sanitizing,
okay,
and also the use of the face mask.
Face mask.
Yeah, the face mask. It's okay for us to normalize. It's okay. Otherwise, I mean, the performance is going to be affected.
It's going to be serious affected. And even the syllabus might not be finished.
Yes, some schools have problem of getting teachers. I'm telling you now. Some schools have problem of getting the required number of teachers that they need. They have that problem. The problem is there. They can't get them. They need them, but they can't get them. So if you normalize now, yes, with the few teachers that are in the school, they won't be able to reach every child.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very good. Mr. Principal, we know that you are a Christian, and then as a Christian, we believe that we read our Bibles time to time. So can you tell us your favorite Bible quotation?
Actually, I am not very good in quoting from the Bible, but then I believe in praying.
Okay.
I believe in prayers. I believe in prayer. And I always like to thank God for my life and to thank God for the life of the children.
Of the children.
Yes, for my life and the life of the children and the life of my family and the life of everybody. Yes, and I always pray all the time that let peace reign in the schools,
in
your families, and in our society.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And may God answer all our prayers.
Amen.
And finally, what final message do you have for your staff, the students of Thereses, and our beautiful viewers watching us right now?
The parents. The parents, yes. The parents first. The parents should not leave the students. They should not leave their children. They should not forget that the children were sitting for some time before they came back to school. And that they should help them. If they want them to catch up, if they want them to know what they are supposed to know in every level that they are in, they should encourage them to read, to study at home. For the students also, in every school, all the students, Thereses and other schools, they should know that actually time is not on their side. Because they have to move. If those who are doing the exam will have to do the exam, and those who are not doing the exam and they have to move to another stage, it's important that they sit and look at and listen to their teachers and do what they are supposed to do in that level before they move on to their next level. Because otherwise, it's going to affect them. And for other viewers, we help our children to do well in school. And our society.
Thank you very much, Mr. Principal. And these are the words of the principal of St. Thereses Upper Basic School, that he said that we help our children, the parents, the teachers, and the children themselves should help themselves. So at least they can be able to perform better when it comes to their academics, most especially those that are in examination classes, the likes of the people that in grade 9 and that of those that are in grade 12. Please stick to your books and also work very hard. And of course, do not forget to pray to God, for He is the giver of everything. And thank you for watching, beautiful viewers out there. Till we come back your way next Sunday. Bye-bye.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Welcome to the Gospel Exposition Show, brought to you by Marijan Adomo on Gambian Talents TV. The Gospel Exposition Show aims to address current issues affecting our daily lives, relationships, marriages, addictions, lifestyles, and a lot more from a Christian perspective. Promote the gospel through dialogue and interactions. The Bible tells us in John chapter 13, verse 35, by doing this, everyone will know that you are my disciples as you love one another. That's exactly what we'll be doing on this show, to make Christ known through our interactions. Every Sunday from 1600 hours to 1700 hours. Remember, this is the first of its kind. Be part of this phenomenal adventure. Be part of the kingdom building. Gospel Exposition with Marijan Adomo, only on Gambian Talents TV.
Gambian Talents TV root ndewenal len wade defoon nañ ko daaw dañuy baaxental Content special ak Gambian Talents TV dunduro ben waaye bokkuñu façon Gambian Talents rek du doy be des
Oriental Store Africa fii si biir America ñu ngi leen fi amal seasoning ak lépp loo leen nam biir Gambia diwtiir ak bagage ndekki yi ngeen soxla can beef African Oriental Store andil na leen ko si seen heavy boti ba tey it amal nañ leen netetu gerte noflaay yéet ndawal African Oriental Store nag mooy bitik bi nga xam ne lépp loo leen soxla mi ngi si biir amal nañ leen maalo leket tame inde addi cuuraay waaye it fàttewuñ suñ góor yi nga xam ne ni den tële seen néegi sëy yi African Oriental Store indi na leen garab goo xam ne ni dina leen delloo seen kàttan ba tey it ñu ngi leen amal abaya dàll abaya boo munti xalaat bu jigéen ñu ngi ko fi am waaye it fàttewuñ góor ñi amal nañ leen xaftaan ñi amal nañ toobaan cuuraay African Oriental Store nag bagage yi nii fépp foo nekk si biir Canada bi ak US di nga ko mun a am ndaxte ñu ngi leen amal shipping African Oriental Store Africa si America fii si Everett Washington njaaxare jeex na